Okay, we were discussing, Anuched Prabhu, what was going on? Tell me.
Yeah, we discuss about question of Krishna. What is Jagat is in me, then is changed every at time. Then is I'm also changeable. You hear me?
Yes, carry on.
Yeah. Yes. And then Brahmaji explained that no, you. It was Shruteshu Shabdamulatvat. The explanation for that. No, this in Shruti is said this is not changeable, then is also changeable, we accept that. What was more? It was so many points.
Compared to dream.
Yeah, with material world is compared with dream, and the objects in dream cannot be relished. We can take only the changed,
Material
only in
world,
the awakening stage.
material world cannot be compared with dream.
With dream, yes.
Yeah, cannot compared with dream. So the reason is what?
Reason is that only in awakening stage we can relish the objects. In experience the objects. Yes.
There is a difference between the objects created in the dream and also the objects which are in the awakening stage.
Yeah,
So
this for example was the water. We cannot relish the water in dream, but we can experience that in real time.
Yeah, you got gold in the dream.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you cannot sell it and get the money.
And cannot use the money, yes.
Yes, you cannot use that money.
Yeah.
So, but in the real life, in the awakening stage, if you get money, then you can use it.
Yeah, we can use it for the service.
That means there is a pratyaksha anubhuti. Direct experience is possible with the objects in the awakening stage.
In awakening stage, yes.
But the objects which are there in the dream, those objects can be enjoyed. No, those objects cannot be enjoyed. Means, but you can just remember the enjoyment behind those objects.
This is a previous experience. We can
remember the previous experience. That's all.
Yes.
So in the dream, you are seeing one jalebi, and so that jalebi you are eating.
Better two.
Jalebi, you know.
Yes, yes. Better 3 jalebis can be.
Yeah, yeah. Huh? Okay. Okay. So you are eating that and you are relishing the pleasure. So that pleasure is a really direct experience. That means from the pratyaksha pramana you are getting that enjoyment from the senses. No. You are just remembering the experience of jalebi eating. Just remembering the experience of the eating jalebi. So that's why there is a difference between the objects, the quality of there is a difference between the quality of the objects in dream and the objects in awakening stage. That's why you cannot compare. Since difference is there, you cannot compare this material world with the dream. And who said this? We cannot compare dream with the material world. Material world with the dream. Who said? Who said?
Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra. No?
Vedavyas himself said.
Yeah.
Vaidharmyacha na swapnadivat. So it is said in this. Why they come? It's too much late. Why? Sandipur Muni and Siddha Swarup. Okay, this is a sutra. But in the sloka we are seeing this material world, Jagat, is compared with the dream. Then why it is done in the Bhagavatam? Swapnabham is said. Jagat is
Yes. Yeah. Can you ask again this question? I don't understand.
but in the sloka, Srimad Bhagavatam sloka, that means this is the 14th chapter, Brahmaji. So
Yeah.
tasmadidam jagadasesham asat swarupam swapnabham. That means Jagat is compared with the dream, but why it is
Mm.
compared?
Because it's covered the jiva, and coming again and again is like a dream, and this is pure dukkham for the jiva.
It is with the aspect, with the angle, which in which angle it is compared. So like the dream also comes and goes, similarly this Jagat also manifest and unmanifest.
Yeah.
That's why. In that way it is, in that aspect, in that context or in that aspect, so material world is compared with the dream. Okay. So then what else we read? Happiness in this material world is purudukka dukkam. Even the happiness which is we are getting in this material world, that is also material pleasure, is also dukkam only. Because it is the, that is another thing, Prabhu. I am saying what? The material pleasure is also dukkam only. What is the reason?
You explained that for Swarga, that but seeing its pleasure in Swarga, that is also Dukkham actually for the Jivatma.
It is dukkam. Why? Can you come again?
Um,
This is Sukham is the part of the reflection of
Yeah.
Sukham in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like Sukham, but it's actually Dukham.
this
That
is
is the
not
point.
direct, not direct.
Yeah, yeah.
It's only-
It is not sukham at all because it is just a reflection of the sukham. So, and we are thinking it is sukham. That we are thinking it is sukham. What is the cause for this then? Astadishanam. Astadishanam means intelligence is covered. Why we are thinking which is not really the sukham, but which is just a reflection of the sukham. Now you see one mango is reflecting in the water, and now you are eating that reflected mango. That reflection you are eating. Will you get any juice in that? Only water it will be, water. Similarly, so this material sukham is a reflection of the spiritual sukham. It's a reflection of the real sukham actually. So that's why it is not really sukham, it's a reflection only. So but still you are thinking it is as a sukham, original. The reason is astadishanam. Astadishanam means intelligence is astamaya, that means sun setting. Astam, Surya astamayam means what? Sun setting. Like that, intelligence is disappeared. Disappeared means it is covered. It is covered by the Maya. Reflection also you can use, Prabhu, no problem. It's like, in this case you can use. Avasa, it's a reflection also. No, it's not necessary that all the properties should be in that. It's contextual you can take. Reflection means it's like you see light. Even reflection also is varieties. Like you see you are pointing some, you are flashing some light on some surface that is reflected. So then that where the place where it is reflected, it looks like the source of that light, but it is not really source. It is just it's reflecting that. That is also one kind of reflection only. And in the mirror you are seeing your face. That is also one reflection. So like that, reflection means we should not take the only one meaning actually. But it's not original. Reflection means obviously understanding is it's not original. That is clear. Reflection doesn't need that all the properties of the bimba should be there in the pratibimba, then only it is reflection. No. And semblance also is, we use especially in the bhakti case, semblance we use, bhakti abhas. It looks like bhakti, but it is not. Okay, next. Like this, Brahmaji finally what he concluded? This material world is also is in the, what is the conclusion? Is in the Lord's body. It is also in the Lord's body. If you don't accept, what is the problem? If it is not in the Lord's body, then Vibhutvam will not be there. Yes or no? And it is covered by the Lord's body means, so, and Lord's body is surrounding, encircling the material world, means Lord's body should be made up of what? Should be? Matter is not possible, because matter is already covered by the Lord's body. Means what? Lord's body is made up of? Spiritual only. Because matter is covered already by the, it's clear. That's why based upon this one he is saying. That is definitely, there is another Shakti, that should be the Swarupa Shakti only. This also is established from this. And one more point we discussed, this material pleasure, and one more point, evam is the upalakshana, and also material knowledge is upalakshana for what? Upalakshana for the, what is upalakshana? Sandarbha Mani Prabhu. You are Sandarbha Mani Prabhu? Tell. No, ऐसे कैसे बोलेंगे प्रभु आप? How can you say I don't know? Upalakshana, then you people is too extreme then. Upalakshana, you tell.
Indicating one thing for others.
Yes.
Through one to one signal referring the others. सांदीप मुनि प्रभु, आपका चरणों पर मेरा प्रणाम है. After saying this much, and I scolded everyone and I taught that Upalakshanam, and you are saying I don't know. No. No, Upalakshana I am asking, but you said no. It is sometimes it discourages the teacher. Even after telling so many times, if there is no response, then whom to I am saying? So please. This is Upalakshanam. That means this material pleasure is indicating there is one place, there is original pleasure. Is indicating in the original pleasure. That's why material pleasure is Upalakshana for the spiritual pleasure. Any common man can understand this. So some sukha we are enjoying, but this sukha is not really sukha because it is not lasting forever. So that means it is not existing forever. Sorry, it's not lasting, it is not existing forever. So that means something I should get which can exist forever. Any common sense, any common man should think in this way. Now I am getting some pleasure, but it is disappearing. But where is the pleasure which is eternal, which is always existing? If there is no pleasure at all in this universe, even material pleasure, then if we explain in that condition the spiritual pleasure, it is very difficult to understand. Yes? Now we are already using Upalakshana. Yes or no? You are enjoying the material pleasure. Now we are saying, so how the Brahma Sukham is explained in the Taittiriya Upanishad? It is explained that the pleasure which is enjoyed by the person who conquered the entire earth planet, So the person who conquered the earth planet, so whatever enjoyment he is doing, for that 100 times is greater in the Swarga. And 100 times, no, Swarga, I am not exactly remembering, but it is said like that. And 100 times greater to that is pleasure in the Brihaspati. And 100 times is more it is with the pleasure in the Indra. And 100 times to that is the Janaloka. And 100 times to that is the Brahmaji. And 100 times to that the Brahmasukam. Like that. No, not 100 times. Like this, you cannot measure like this. You cannot say how many times it is multiplied. Brahmasukam, how many times multiplied the Brahmaloka Sukam. So to get the Brahmasukam is not, it cannot be explained. How many times to by multiplying the number of times of Brahmaloka Sukam. Brahmaloka Sukam. We cannot estimate to Brahmasukam. Brahmasukam means spiritual. It's not possible to define Brahmasukam like in this way. That means like Sargasukam you can guess it is 100 times to the pleasure which is enjoyed by the person who conquered the entire earth. Brihaspati means he is also one of these species in these demigods. So he is having higher pleasure because being a guru and Gnani, he is having higher pleasure compared to that Indra. I forgot this sequence, but it's said like that. So that means what? It is Upalakshana. If there is no Sukham at all in this universe, even material Sukham, then how can you understand? The spiritual Sukham is there. So that's why material Sukham is the Upalakshana. Any common man, any little sober thinking person, immediately he should understand that there is some spiritual Sukham. Even material knowledge, we study physics, maths, chemistry so much. The different techniques behind this creation and different sciences. But that is having the defect everywhere. So then the common man immediately should think that the knowledge which is eternal and which is not having any defect, where is that knowledge? Anyone can think actually. Everyone should think. Then automatically he will seek and he will become eligible for the understanding the spiritual matter. Athato Brahma Jignasa. Why this sutra is started? Why this sutra is the first? Atha means atha. Atha means anantaram. That means later. Atha means later. Later. After. After of what? After enjoying that means after Purva Mimamsa. In the Purva Mimamsa what we does? In the Purva Mimamsa, the person is doing so much karma kanda. He is doing so many sacrifices to get the heavenly pleasure. And he is enjoying there. And after that he is Kshine Punye. So he is thrown back to the material, this is Prithvi Loka. And he is doing the karma here. In the Bharatakanda we do the Varnashram system, karma. So he is sent back here once again. And he will be doing the karma. And he is going back there. And thrown to back here. So like this, he is doing so many times. And he is understanding, I have to do so much elaborate process to get the little Sargasukha. He has to accumulate so much ghee and he has to accumulate so many ingredients to perform one yajna. And after successfully conducting that, then he is getting the Sargasukha. So that's why, so this is not a right deal. So that's after doing this atha, that means after doing all this and he is getting the frustration actually. What is this? I don't want this kind of deal. So then what is then a real thing? Which is coming and going. This Sargasukha is coming and going. Purva Mimamsa means their target is what is the goal of their life? Achieving the heavenly pleasure. This is that is Jaimini's. Jaimini sutras are related to this. It is promoting the Sargasukha. So then he will understand. That's why Vyasadeva is saying, hey Jaimini, Where you stop, from there I start. Yeah. So then he is starting. So your students, so by your instructions, they will perform so many times yajna, and then they get frustration and they will come to me. They should come actually. If they are really sober disciple, he should come. Atha to Brahma jignasa. Brahma ki jignasa karna chahiye. It means, so which is eternal pleasure? What is that eternal pleasure? How to get? What is the process? He should inquire like that. Then he will understand. Janma jasyataha. So then who created this universe? Before understanding the Brahman, then he will understanding the Brahman through the Tatastha Lakshana. Janmadhyasya, he is what? It is the Tatastha Lakshana of the Supreme Truth. There are two types of Lakshana. Tatastha Lakshana and Sarup Lakshana. I will not ask. I will not, because I know I don't get any answer. Later. Karma Mimamsa. Yajna, sacrifice. Sakama karma, actually. Here, atha means after. After of what? After doing the sakama karma. So here it is also explained in the 11th canto. Na? What is that sloka? I forget.
Prabhu, we cannot relish your picture. We relish the deities. Every
I
time.
don't know, our operator, our Atul Gopal Prabhu, he is having different
Hare
bhava. He is in the bhava.
Okay.
Krishna Balram bhava. He is.
Atha means after performing the
Atha means therefore, but so atha means atha both are there. Atha to Brahma jignasa.
So after doing this, nothing to achieve because he get have an internet, and after that he have to come here. But ultimately he have to accept the Brahma Jignasa. It means like
Atha means after that. After of what? After doing several times. After enjoying several times Swarga Sukha. So then what he understood? He understood that this Sukha is temporary. So then this, after the getting that realization, Atha means after getting that realization, then what he should do? Brahma Jignasa. It is a big commentary. Ramanuja and Madhva giving for one word, lines and lines of, just to finish the Purvamimamsa. To show that Purvamimamsa is not giving the eternal truth, is not describing about our eternal truth. It is not discussing about the eternal pleasure. To establish this, so they refer so many quotes and so much hangama they do there. So in the one word explanation, atha. So why we went there actually? This material pleasure is just upalakshana. Is upalakshana.
Previously we said, this tadiya sukham avasa vastuta dukkham vina. Vastuta dukkham ava. Okay, that means whatever happiness people are experiencing in this material world,
That is also the
that's actually dukkham only,
Yes.
not sukham. But this material sukham we are accepting as a upalakshana for the spiritual world, spiritual sukha, correct?
Yes, yes.
If we accept as a upalakshana, then which is actually that material sukha which is actually suffering, then what about this in the spiritual line also? They also have to accept suffering then.
See, mother said that crow is you save the curd from the crow. So in that, what point of the crow we are taking as upalakshana? Total crow we are taking? Dadi gatakatvam. Dadi, that means the harmfulness to the curd. Harmfulness to the curd. That much only we should take. It's not that the black color, crow is black color, that's why the other animals also should be black color. cat, rat, these are also Dhadigata. That means whatever the black color objects, those from those all black color objects I should show. Like that we should take. Upalakshana means you should take the, not everything. Crow is the Upalakshana. For what? Upalakshana to the other animals which are harmful to the curd. That much. That means in the crow become Upalakshana with the feature of what? It is not becoming entire crow is not the Upalakshana, but the Dadighatakatvam. That means the Dadighatakatvam means the harmfulness to the curd. That much only we should take. So that is there in the cat also, that is there in the other elements also. So that's why now crow became the Upalakshana. It's not that the crow is black color and black color is also is necessary in others. No, that is the point. Similarly here, material sukham is becoming the Upalakshana to the spiritual sukham. So that means some negative features are there in the material sukham that are also should be existing in this. Everything should exist in the spiritual sukham also. Is it necessary? That is the point. Upalakshana means we take the portion of that. Ah, 42. So I expect essay on this Friday, Saturday, day of tomorrow. Saturday. Yes, I said Saturday. So because tomorrow is Sunday, holiday, Ekadasi. Exam also is there and this also. Both are possible. No, Saturday only. You write on the, it's not a big thing, it takes 1.5 to 2 hours. Not for me, for any common student. So write it and submit. Otherwise, no need of, that student can study himself. You write it. You try and write it. We are not expecting that your writing should be published in the Cambridge University, Oxford University magazine. You are understanding? And it's not that you should not write cheaply. 1 or 10 lines. Prabhu, I did. But you do soberly, then it will be possible. How much time it will take for the preparation of exam? 5 chapters, that too. The 4th chapter is nothing it is having. And first chapter, the 2nd chapter is 3/4 explanation. That is just some storyline. And in the first chapter, some points are there. And 2nd chapter, prayers. So it is not much time. Sunday also you are getting holiday once again. So okay, no problem. We can do this on the Saturday. I am reminding, I didn't forget. People may think that they okay, gadangataha. Tadittam madhyamakara eva sarvadharatvat vibhutvam sadhitam. Like this, we achieved vibhutvam. We established vibhutvam of Krishna. Based upon what? Based upon the principle of, is the adhara. Krishna is the shelter for everything. Based upon this principle, we established the vibhutvam of Krishna. Now we are going to establish vibhutvam of the Krishna based upon he is spreading everywhere. Based upon this principle, we are also once again established vibhutvam of Krishna. What you are understanding? Write on the board. Vibhutvam can be established.
Prabhu?
Yes. I am writing on the board.
Adhara. What means with adhara?
Shelter.
Shelter, okay.
Atha. Prabhu, what you are asking? Atha. Adakshit Prabhu.
Adha, yeah. You told some.
Tatha. This one you are asking?
No. You told previously some.
Brahma Jignasa.
We
Atha
should
means
establish
later.
Vibhutam
Oh,
Based upon.
oh, later, Prabhu, later, Later, later. Atha. It is having several meanings, but here we take later, after, later or after. Atha. I thought that Adhara. Because he is
Yes, the twist like this, but because you explain vibhutvam based upon this is what adhara, or it's correct or not correct?
Prabhu, see, Atha is there. This,
No, adha I understood. After that, or
oh, Adhara, that is. Adhara means
yeah,
shelter.
yeah, okay.
Oh, Tirumala is confusing me. You, why? I told right only then. Govinda, why you are confusing us, everyone? You confused, that is fine, but you are confusing everyone. Now Vibhutvam. We are discussing Vibhutvam. So, where we started this Vibhutvam very long back, 32 na? 31. In 31 we started Vibhutvam. Nachantar Bahiryasya, 10:9. 10th canto 9 chapter 13-14. There we discussed Nachantar Bahiryasya Napurvo Napi. There we discussed. So then after that we took the Brahmaji's realization. Brahmaji's realization. Based upon this also we proved the Vibhutvam. So Vibhutvam can be proved based upon two factors. Vibhutvam of Krishna. What is that? Sarvadharatvam. Sarvadharatvam means Krishna is shelter for everything. If you prove Krishna is shelter for everything, that means Krishna is becoming Vibhu. Yes? This is one point. Based upon this point also you can establish Vibhutvam. And another point is what? Sarvagatatvam. Sarvagatatvam. Sarvagatatvam means which spreads everywhere, are all pervasiveness. All pervasiveness. This object Krishna is spreading everywhere. If you prove this, then also Vibhutvam can be established. Like this also you can establish Vibhutvam. So now, till now what we did? We established Vibhutvam of the Krishna based upon the principle of Sarvadharatvam. Yes or no? This only. What we discussed in the Brahmaji's realization, what Brahmaji is saying? Brahmaji is saying that Narayana is there, and this Narayana is a shelter for material creation. That means material creation is coming from Narayana. Shelter for material creation. And after that what Brahmaji is saying? This Narayana is Amsha. Is Amsha of the Krishna. He is the Amsha of the Krishna. So that means what? Krishna is shelter for Amsha means Krishna is also shelter for Finally, Krishna is shelter for Narayana is Amsha of the Krishna means Krishna is shelter for Narayana. Amshi is shelter for Amsha. Krishna is shelter for Narayana. And Narayana is shelter for entire creation. That implies Krishna is shelter for everything. And also we are hearing from the Brahmaji. So when your mother chastised you to open your mouth, so at that time you also showed. That means everything is in your mouth. That means it proving that you are the shelter for entire creation. So like this, based upon this principle Sarvadharatvam, we proved the Vibhutvam of the Krishna. Now we are going to prove the Sarvagatatvam. Based upon Sarvagatatvam, Vibhutvam can be established. That we have to discuss. This is a Sutrasthani Vakyam. You got, Muniji? Vibhuttam means all pervasiveness. Already one we did based upon the Sarvadharatvam. Vibhuttam is proved, and we are going to prove based upon Sarvagatatvam. That means the object which is entering everywhere, that is Vibhu. This now we want to show Krishna is spreading everywhere, is entering everywhere. That you should show. Before that, what we showed from the Brahmaji realization, Krishna is cause for everything or the shelter for everything. Based upon that, we established the Vibhutvam. Sarvagatatvam means what? He is entering everywhere. Chitram bataitadekena vapusha yuga chitram bataitadekena vapusha yuga padprutak gruheshu dvayastya sahasram striya eva udavahat. Striya eka, sorry. Gruheshu dvashta sahasram striya eka udavahat. गलत नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए भागवत को, करेक्ट करना चाहिए अपने आप को पढ़ते थे. कोई करेक्ट करते तो अच्छा है. Then one day will become perfect. आप ऐसे ऐसे. What is the meaning? (69) chapter, है ना? Yes. Second sloka. सब मिला के रख दिए इसमें. That is first sloka translation. You go to the second. Comment. That's why you should start from where he thought from there. Yeah.
Narad Muni desired to see the Lord in this situation. He thought it is quite amazing that in a single body Lord Krishna simultaneously married 16,000 women, each in a separate palace.
Yeah, this much. So this much only the translation for this sloka. It is quite amazing. Oh, quite amazing that in a single body, ekena vapusha, in a single body, Lord Krishna, yugapat, simultaneously, dvyashtasahasram, dvi-ashtasahasram, that means 2 into 8,000, 16,000 women. Each in separate place, each in a separate place. Gruheshu, eka eva, so gruheshu. This is the meaning. You got? नींद आ रहा है? क्या है समस्या क्या है? सुन रहा है? ठीक. Okay. सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं आपको नींद आ रहा है. One body in all houses simultaneously, 16,000 houses. He married 16,000 women simultaneously with one body. Ekena. Now our target is what? Krishna is entering everywhere. That means same body. Krishna entering means Krishna body only, na? So that means that we should prove. So now we will see the commentary by the Jiva Goswami. Etad bata aho chitram. Etat means this. Bata. Bata is there na in the sloka. Chitram bata. Bata means aho. Chitram is amazing. It is amazing, quite amazing. It's aho chitram means it's quite amazing. Kim tat, what is amazing? First, kim tat, what is that? Then answer is ekaeva krishnaha dvyashtasahasram stri. What is that? This yaduda yat udavahat parinitavan. So, what is that surprising? Kim etat, kim tat, what is that? Then answer is ekaeva Sri Krishna. That means one Krishna. Dvyashtasahasram Srihi parinitavan. One Krishna married 16,000. This is the amazing. Answer is given. Then after hearing this, Nanu kim tatra ascharyan. What is surprising in this? One man marrying 16,000 women. So what is the surprising in this? Kim tatra ascharyan. What is surprising in this? Then answer is said, tatra aha gruheshu iti tat sankyakeshu sarveshu iti sheshaha. He married 16,000, but he married in the 16,000 houses. So that is surprising. That means the way of explanation. How it is explained, you just follow. You will get the final meaning. Final meaning of the sloka you will get by just gradually progressing step by step. So tatra aha. So that means then answer it is answered that he married 16,000 women. Yeah, in that there is no surprising. Okay. Then what is answer is said? Then answer is said, he married 16,000 in the 16,000 houses. Oh, 16,000 houses. Then what is surprising in that? Bhavatu tatahapi kim. Even in that also what is surprising? So he can marry 16,000 wives, 16,000 women in the 16,000 houses, one after one. One day in this house, another day in this house, another day in this house. What is the problem? Is there any ascharya in this? Any amazingness is there? Nothing is amazing. So Purvapakshi is saying like this, nothing is amazing. Then in the sloka it is said that added something. What is that? Tatra aha prutak eva stitva panigrahanadi vivaha vidhim krutavan. Then answer is said that, what is surprising in that? Then answer is said that, to that question answer is said, he married 16,000 women and in 16,000 houses, and differently he married. That means it's not that so all the women he is bringing one place, and he is sitting here and one with them all, and now just a Brahmana is chanting mantras, and so he is married like that. One may think, no, not like that. He married in the 16,000 houses. Then in that, what is surprising? In that surprising is, he is marrying in the 16,000 houses, means one may think that the 16,000 houses are made there and so there. So what is the problem in that also? 16,000 houses he married. That is also not problem. But 16,000 houses he married 16,000 women separately, pratak pratak. Then in that also there is no surprising. One after one he might have done. In one house one day, so one woman or the one in this moment he married first 5 minutes, in the 5 minutes he married here, and the next 5 minutes he married another house, another woman. So like this, nanu kramashah udveha na asambhavam etat, sequentially he might have done. It is not, nothing is impossible in this. Then what it is said? Then it is said that yugapat iti. That means now the answer is said when from the sloka point is coming. Yugapat, but he married 16,000 women in the 16,000 houses simultaneously. At one point of time only he married. Are, ye bhi bahut mushkil hai. This is also not difficult. What is there in this? What kind of difficulty in this? So some Yogeshwara, so Purapakshi is saying, Yogeshwaras, so generally yogis, they will be expanding, they will be creating the 16,000 bodies. Then they can exist simultaneously in the 16,000 places. That means one will be the real body and other will be the duplicates. Like who is that? Meghanath. Yeah, Meghanath was creating his body. Like that, he might have created 16,000 bodies by the Yoga Shakti. Because yogis himself, they create these 16,000 bodies at one time, and they can do the 16,000 activities by that 16,000 bodies. Then Krishna is the Yogeshwara, and these yogis take the shelter of the Krishna's lotus feet. Then he might have done like this only, like yogis. For him, is it difficult? Nothing is difficult. He might have done. He might have created 16,000 bodies in the 16,000 houses, and by that, at one time only, he married 16,000 women. So one may say like this. Then answer is said that, hey, is tatra aha ekena vapusha. He married 16,000 women in the 16,000 houses separately at one time with one body. That means he didn't do like the yogis. That means his body is in other place, in other houses. Is also same. That body is also same, and the body which is in the Rukmani's house, and the body which is in the another who is Satyabhama's house. So that means it is not like yoga. Through yoga you can create the duplicate bodies. It is not like that. He didn't expand any extra bodies. He didn't create.
Only he is spreading without creating.
So this only one body only he did. Then one may say that, oh, he did one bad. That means he married 16,000 women in the 16,000 houses differently at one time. With one body means he is having the 10,000 hands, 16,000 hands and 16,000 legs, and he is having such a big body. And like that he did. One may think like that. No, not like that also. He married 16,000 women in the 16,000 houses differently at one time with one body without expanding his body. Without expanding his body means without having the various legs and various like the Virat Purusha. So one may think he became like a Virat Purusha and he is having the 16,000 legs, 16,000 pairs of the legs and 16,000 pairs of the hands, and then he married. Yeah. Yeah, will come, Prabhu. Wait, that will come. Yeah. So now, then answer is said, Tarihi katham aneka bahvadikena vyapakenaiva vapusha tat krutavan. Vyapaka vapusha. That means one body only is expanded to that many houses with the many legs and many hands. Is it like that? No. Maivam. Not like that. Then what? Then how? How did? What form he took then? So then it is said that the same beautiful form, 2 legs and 2 hands. So whatever is there in the Rukmani's house, the same beautiful form is there in the Satyabhama and what the others' name? Jambavati, Kalindi and others. Same beautiful form. No changes, no modifications. And no mantric, no mantra, no tantra. That means there is no yogic powers, nothing. No powers are used here. Nothing is created. The same body. What is the proof for this? It is said in the 3rd canto, 3rd chapter by the Uddhav. What Uddhava is saying? Asam muhurta ekasmin nanagareshu yoshitam savidam jagruhe panin anurupa swamayaya. Here very important word. One, I will read the translation. Tirumala Swami, you are sleeping in this topic. I don't know why you are sleeping. What is the boring in this? बोलिए. All those princes were lodged in different apartments, and the Lord simultaneously assumed different bodily expansions exactly matching each and every princess. He accepted their hands in perfect rituals by his internal potency. This translation should be even little precision actually. There should be little, because if you say it's expansions, then it is like Vishnu is expansion actually. Then it kind of dangers will come. Vishnu is different and Krishna is appearing in the same Krishna appearing in the different places is different. Appearing Vishnus from the Krishna is different from the same Krishna appearing in the different places is different. That is, Vishnu is the expansion and this Krishna is appearing in the different places. These other appearances are expansions. No, that is one only. Then what is the word we should use? We should use the word prakashaha. That is known as prakashaha. Now you are just saying, in the Rasalila, Krishna is dancing with each gopi. So, one with the Radharani, the main form is there, and with the others, expansions are there. Some part and parcels of Krishna are there with them. No, the same Krishna is there. That's why those we say that those other Krishna, that means other appearances with the gopis, those are all known as Prakasha. What is the definition of Prakasha? Anekatra prakatata rupasya ekasya ya ekada. Anekatra prakatata. That means same object appearing in many places. This is known as Prakasha. It is in the last of this Anuched. This is the conclusion of this Anuched. Just I am mentioning because of your reference now. In this 42 ending, you see, it is there already in the Sanskrit. The same Anuched ending. Anekatra prakatata rupasya ekasya yaikada sarvada tat swarupa eva sa prakasha iti iryate. Who said this? Our Rupa Goswami is saying from the Laghu Bhagavatamritam. Repeat everything.
And
Repeat everything, starting.
now we explain about Prakasa. The same Krishna is appearing with different devotees. Means yes, in gopis or in mahisis. So in Vrindavan pastime also there is a Krishna expanding himself in Brahma Vimohan Lila. So like in sakhas and cows and at that lila also is you use the word prakas.
So those leelas, how those you cannot use prakasa.
Because
So
that
those
Narayana-
Vishnus and Narayanas
Narayana,
came and those became the different gopas. So those are, if Narayana is coming, is shown, then that is known as expansion. So that means multicolored cloth is there. Now just to change the angle, then what you will be seeing that particular color. Those are all there. Those are all there actually. If without having those colors, can you see those? No. So that means he is 100 Krishna, and if you see only 20% of that, then that is known as expansion. But now here what we are saying, Krishna is 100% appearing in 100 places. 16,108 places he is appearing. Why Tirumala is sleeping? Same object or one form appearing in the many places. Yeah. So how to say? That means in the other houses, same Krishna. That means one body with one body Krishna married 16,000 women, 16,000 houses, and differently one time. You should remember all these words. You should use, otherwise your logic will go out. Krishna married 16,000 women in 16,000 houses differently and simultaneously with one body. This should be maintained. Okay? Because otherwise if you lose one word, then others will enter. That means they can attack. You cannot establish Krishna is all pervasive. You cannot. Krishna married 16,000 women in 16,000 houses differently and simultaneously with one body. So differently means separately. That means it's on one place. One may think that he brought all at one together and separately. In separately he married each and every. He married every woman separately. Yeah, separately and simultaneously with one body. And one body means you should not think that the one big body he made with the 16,000 houses and he married. No. But he having the what kind of form? He is not having such a form. He is having Anurupa. What in the third canto it is said? Asam muhurta ekasmin nanagareshu yoshitam savidam jagruhe panin Anurupa swamayaya. Anurupa means he is taking the form which is suitable to that woman. Suitable form he is taking. It's not that the big giant form he took and he did he married. No. Anurupaha. He is having the normal form, like 2 hands and 2 legs form. Iti Srimad Uddhava Vakyadau Tattad Anurupata Prasiddhe. Anurupata Prasiddhe means the appropriateness is maintained. That means he didn't change deformed his body. No. There is no deformation in that body. Are there some changes? There are no changes in that body. Clear? Iti abhipretya purvena padopanyasena pariharati prathak iti ekena नारकेणैव वपुषा पृथक् पृथक्त्वेन दृश्यमानः तथा विहितवान्. Now final conclusion is what? Ekena vapusha means Anurupa means he is taking the human form. That means Gopi, or that woman is also in the human form. And he also in the human form only, not in the Virat form or any other form. This is established finally. He is appearing everywhere in the human form only, and also he married differently in different houses simultaneously. Tasmat ekameva naravapuhu yataha yugapat sarvadesham sarvakriyam cha vyapnoti. From this what we should understand? That's why finally, so this is the conclusion. The one body, that means one human form of body is pervasive everywhere, is existing everywhere, and it is a shelter for one body only, is a shelter for all the activities. He is marrying the A woman, B, C, D, like that all. That means he is doing these many activities. All activities are sheltered in one body. This is the conclusion. So based upon this only we proved, that means nityatvam of the karma and the birth. You remember where it came? Eternity of the karma and the Lord's birth and Lord's activities are eternal. Long back, where we discussed. Hours and hours discussion be also you forget. Yes. Navidyate. Yes, janma karma cha. Yes, very good. At least. That question is very important. Jiva Goswami Tika. We discussed. You remember? Okay, you should remember. Otherwise, you will lose the marks. That means you can understand. That is very important. I also said, establishing the birth and the activities of the Krishna are eternal. So the condition we also discussed very detailedly there. Come, what next? Itham eva. Tasmad, that's why. Tasmad mahadacharyam. That's why Narada Muni became very much surprised. This is the reason. How the one body in 16,000 houses and marrying 16,000 women differently and without changing the shape of the body and simultaneously. So this is amazing. This is proving that the human form of Krishna is all pervasive. And that you are seeing in the Dwaraka, and that same Krishna you are seeing in the Vrindavan also, for example. Then that is known as Prakasha. That is known as Prakasha. That means it is existing everywhere, just Krishna wants, then it is visible. It is there here also, everywhere. Everywhere it is there. See. But why we are not seeing this Prakasha that wants, if he wants, then he shows. It's not expansion. It's not expansion. Like the Vishnu are the expansions. No.
With his cowherd friends, when they are eating together, Lord is sitting one place, and every cowherd friend sees that Lord
is seeing me only.
Yes, in front of me only.
Yes, in front of me only. That is all pervasiveness. and all the activities when one body only it is happening, he is seeing everyone simultaneously. He can see like that here with one body he is marrying each woman. Every woman is thinking that he is marrying me only. And that means that one body can become shelter for the different activities simultaneously. That there is no need of Prakash actually. There is another, because different Krishnas they are not. Na? Like in the Gopis case you can take, Rasalila case. Only just one thing he should manage. That's activity should be, that means seeing activity should be shelter for the different seeing activities are existing in one place. That is already we are seeing na, here. Because all the activities, he is marrying this many women with one body means all the activities also, he is a shelter for all the activities. That means that itself is sufficient to answer your question. Ityadi gadyopadishtasya. Next, itham evacha panchame lokadisthatuhu Sri Bhagavat Vigrahasya. It is also said in the 5th canto, in the Gadya. Tesham 5:20-40.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the master of all transcendental opulences and the master of the spiritual sky. He is the Supreme Person Bhagavan, the super soul of everyone. The demigods led by Indra, the king of heaven, are entrusted with seeing to the affairs of the material world, to benefit all living beings in all varied planets, and to increase the power of those elephants and of the demigods. The Lord manifests himself on the top of that mountain in a spiritual body, uncontaminated by the modes of material nature, surrounded by his personal expansion and assistants like Vishwaksen. He exhibits all his perfect opulences such as religion and knowledge, and his mystic powers such as Anima, Laghima and Mahima. He is beautifully situated and he is decorated by the different weapons in his four hands.
Ityadi gadyopadishtasya tadrishatvam vyakyatam Sri Swami Charanaihi. Actually, we should see in the Vyakya. So, Sridhar Swami's Tika on this Gadya, there we can find really. Mahavibhutehe means Parameshwarasya Patitatvad Ekaya eva Murtya Samantat Aste. Sridhar Swami is also supporting the ideology what Narada is realized. Narada, whatever he realized, so that same thing you are seeing in the Sridhar Swami's commentary also for this Gadya. What is that? 5:20-40. In that Gadya's commentary, Sridhar Swami, what he is saying? Mahavibhutehe Parameshwarasya Patitatvad Ekaya eva Murtya. Important word is what? Ekaya eva Murtya. Samantat. Anyway, that I am not going detailedly of analysis that. So there is also there like this. Sridhar Swami also accepted, he also used this concept, not accepted, who is to accept, already is there in the Bhagavatam. So then, but he used this concept in the another place of explaining this 5th canto, so 20-40. So Narada is first, so Narada has to be, Narada is followed by the Sridhar Swami, not that Sridhar Swami, Narada is following the Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami is following Narada. That's why we should not change the places. Next, Atho Muhurta Ekasmin Nanagareshu Tastriyaha Yathopayema Bhagavan Tavad Rupadharo Vyayaha. Once again you will be seeing in the 10th canto, 59th chapter, 42. 10. You can get very easily what? Mobile. My पहुंच गया. अथो मुहूर्त एकस्मिन्. I am reading. then the imperishable Supreme Personality, assuming a separate form for each bride, duly married all the princes simultaneously, each in her own palace. This is our devotees made. So here, assuming, what assuming? Is not assuming. That form only, that Krishna only is appearing. And he is a shelter for all the activities. That body is only shelter. No need of assuming anything. No assuming. It is there. It is there everywhere. If you say it is assuming, means what? No. Not assuming. Tavat Rupadharaha. Rupadhara means he is having that kind of dharana. Here you see, Jiva Goswami downside is saying. So ityatra api ataha tavat rupadharatvam nama. What is meaning of tavat rupadharatvam? So here in the English it is translated that assuming a separate form. But in the Sanskrit it is said that Jiva Goswami is saying yugapat tavat pradesha prakashatvam. He is not accepting the different forms, but he is just illuminating the same form in different places. That means it is existing everywhere, but he is now showing. He is showing, not manifesting. Showing. Prakasa means showing. That you should take. That same form is existing everywhere. It entered everywhere. That little Krishna, whatever the other is, human form of Krishna, is there everywhere. And now, Yugapat Rupadharatvam means what? Simultaneously, he holded the form means he in the every place, wherever he wants, in that place he is showing that. That is known as Prakashaha. Getting? Be careful, na? Understanding. Don't use the miswords. What happened? Yugapat. Huh? I will come, Prabhu. Natu, he see. Jiva Goswami very carefully, he is himself cutting this. Natu Narayanadivat binna akaratvam. It's not that these forms like Narayana from the Krishna, many Narayana expansions comes. Like that he didn't, this one Krishna is, expansions are coming in another places. No, that concept is not. He is causing us. Caution he is giving. Jiva Goswami is giving. Because he knows our intelligence, how it will go down. We think that this Krishna is manifesting. Krishna is manifesting in the various places. No, he is not manifesting. That means Narayana is a manifestation of Krishna. It is not like that. It is what? It is just one form only. It is just Prakashaha. It is shown. Prakatata. Prakatata means showing. Vibhuti will not be there. That means one Krishna is not Vibhu then. Then you cannot establish that Krishna is everywhere. Krishna you cannot establish. Then Vibhutvam is finished. So that's why we should be careful in the Siddhanta. While we give lecture, we should be cautious of all these things. Translation is misleading actually, but we should take the positive spirit with positive spirit. Yeah. One may misled by this kind of wording, but that's a wording problem actually, because who read this commentary on this sloka or otherwise Sandarbha of this point, and this is having this much in-depth explanation and like that translating, then if they want to translate like this, they could have taken another 60-50 years. It takes so much time, na Prabhu? It's also not it's a rich language actually. Yeah, they don't know also. And we cannot expect that much work actually. Whatever they did. Fine. You are nice. So that much. You should not blame or anyone, nothing. So now the point is in this 10th canto, 59th, 42 sloka. So what yugapat tavad rupadaraha, tavad rupadaraha means that many. So if you see literally in the Sanskrit also how you are getting tavad rupadaraha means he took that many forms. Tavad means that many. Rupa means forms. Dara means took. Literal translation if you do, English translation is okay. Tavad Rupadara, he took that many forms. But Jiva Goswami is saying, no, you don't take that. Tavad Rupadharatvam means, Tavad Rupadharatvam nama, Yugapat Tavad Pradesha. That means in that many places, Tavat means that many, Pradesha means places, Prakashatvam eva, Prakashatvam eva. Just means Prakatata, exhibiting only. He didn't take the different forms. That's why he said in the next kama, Natu Narayanadivat Binnakaratvam. Natu Narayanadivat. Expansions, no, he is not accepting. He is saying same body is existing everywhere. But he is showing, and some places he is not showing. So showing means that is Prakasha. That he is saying that is known as Prakasha. So that's why he is supporting Yathoktam. Yathoktam, it is said. Anekat, Sir Jiva Goswami is supporting his statement. I am not saying my whimsically, my Guru also said. Sankshepa Bhagavat is not the Lag Bhagavatamrita. Is it Lag Bhagavatamrita? Ho sakta actually. It is given here Sankshepa Bhagavatamritam. I thought it is Lag Bhagavatamritam, that's why. Bhavatamritam is, I think, spelling mistake, no? Bhagavatamritam or the huh? What is given there? Bhavatamritam or the Ga is there? Then here spelling mistake. Is given, huh? Okay, then. Baba is already did research. Na? Baba always does. He never speak whimsically. He never speak. Anekatra prakadata rupa syaikasya ekada sarvada tat swarupaiva sa prakasha iti iryate. Yeah, sarvatha. Tat Sarupa eva sa prakasha iti iryate. What English translation can anyone read from there? Mike.
The appearance of a single form in many places at the same time, but which is in all respects the same essential form Swarupa of the Lord is called Prakasha.
That same form is appearing in different places simultaneously without any missing. 100% is appearing in all respects. Sarvatha tatswarupa eva sa prakasha. Yes. Esha eva anyatra akarasya prakashasya cha bhedo gneyah. So, what is this? Why it is said? Eshaha eva. What is there next?
This is the difference between the Lord's Prakasha and the forms that appear different, such as Narayana.
Yes. This is the difference. Narayana forms and Prakasha are the different. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki.